Today, I'm Gerrit Linde, Director at Tax and Compliance, and today I would just like to have a quick discussion around tax returns. We've been getting a lot of requests for people wanting to claim a tax return. So it seems like there's a lot of miscommunication or understanding of what a tax return is and people's understanding of a tax return. And today I would just quickly like to give a quick educational video just to inform you of what a tax return is and how do you claim a refund. So point number one is, what is a tax return? A tax return is a form that you file with SARS once a year that covers a tax year to see if you've underpaid or overpaid on your taxes and if your taxes are in order. That means, have you paid enough taxes on the income that you received, or have you paid too much? So if you earn salary, for argument's sake, means that pay you earn will get deducted from your salary each month. Normally, if your company does it correctly, it means you've paid just the right amount of tax on the salary that you've earned. However, there might be a case where you can earn a refund if there's things that qualifies as deductions, like your medical aid and contributions to annuities. Now, the question that we're getting is that people want a tax return. So it seems to me like people think that it's some sort of grant or something that pays out that in a form of a tax return, which is not the case. The tax return is a physical form that you file with SARS once a year, and normally it's from periods from July to October, as it is in this year, which covers the periods from February to March of the next year. So that means for the 2022 year, that is the periods March 2021 to February 2022, and that is called the 2022 tax year. And when you file this return in July to October, that means that the reconciliation is being done to determine, are you due for a refund or is the money owed to SARS? So when you look at what is a tax return, so when you fill in your form, you indicate to SARS what is the income that you've earned and all the other things like your medical aid or your annuities, or was there any extra income or expenses that you may be able to claim. So from your employer, you receive an IRP5. That means a reconciliation of the year salary that you've earned and the pay you earned that has been deducted. Now, with this tax return form that you file with SARS, the IRP5 is included with your other tax information. Then the calculation gets done to determine where do you fall. So a tax return is not something automatic. It's something that you have to file, and normally over e-filing, which is the easiest platform that is made available to you. There are still a lot of people who file a physical form at the branch. They give SARS the IRP5, and then SARS agents help them to file the tax return. In most cases, if there are other things and you don't know about it, like your medical aid or deductions that you can claim, then you would not be able to increase a refund if there's any refund due to you. So in short, a tax return doesn't mean automatic return to you and that SARS will automatically pay you out taxes. So it's something that you have to file. So what we suggest is you go on to SARS e-filing, you create for you a profile, you get a tax practitioner to help you to complete that profile by including your tax number, and then using the information that you have each year to file your physical tax return. You can also go onto the SARS Mobi app that's on your phone that you can download to create for you such a profile. There are options on these profiles that you can use if you've forgotten your password, for argument's sake, or your login details. You can use it to access that information if you forgot it. So there might be a case where you've created the profile and you forgot about it. These profiles are critically important because that is the housing where your tax returns gets placed. So it's a profile that tracks all the returns that have been filed, and normally every SARS correspondence gets sent through there. So if there's supporting documents that they need, or if there's notifications that you need to be made aware of, that will happen through the app or e-filing system that gets links to your email address and your phone number. So our first suggestion is go onto the website, create a profile, include your tax number and update it so that you have the correct contact details on there and your banking details. SARS will not just issue a refund without verifying you and making sure that their banking information is correct. Secondly, We encourage you to use a professional to help you file your return each year to make sure it's correct and has all the correct details and that your taxes are in order when you file. The second part then is that when you refer to a tax return is that what is a tax refund? Now, when we get to what is a tax refund, that means that you've paid too much taxes over the year. So that happens in a case where, let's say you've earned a salary, pays your earnings been deducted, but your employer does not make provision for any medical aid contributions that you make or annuities for that year. So that means when you file your return, that gets included into that return. So when the reconciliation is done and you've got some of those deductions, at the end of the day, it means that you've paid too much tax and then that results into a refund. So refunds are not automatic. It's not to say that you will always have a refund. It just depends on what happened during that year. So that is why it's important for you to use such a professional to help you file your return each year. It also helps you track that returns and track your refunds. So we encourage you, if you work for a salary and you have some medical aid or annuity, you might be liable or able to claim a tax refund. One of the other things that we need to just go over quickly with you is some things that you need to be aware of. What we have seen in the past is that some people earn more than one salary. So that means pay as you earn gets deducted on multiple occasions. So that means your one employer deducts pay as you earn, and so does your other. The danger in this is that if you combine your income, then you might fall under another tax table. So that means that you needed to pay a higher tax rate. But because your employees don't necessarily know about each other or reconcile your income with both, your pay as you earn gets deducted only on the one salary, which means that there might be a case where you've paid too little tax. So if you are falling in the camp where you're earning more than one income, it's very important to sit with maybe the HR or one of your employers and discuss with them to say, this is what I earn from another company. Where do I fall in the tax tables if I combine my two incomes? And then make sure that enough pay as you earn gets deducted from your salary, so that when your tax return gets filed each year at the end of the year, that you don't end up in a position where you now owe SARS money because not enough tax has been deducted. This has been happening a lot. We've been getting a lot of those requests, and people don't understand why do they owe SARS money. So if you earn more than one income, I suggest that you go and see a professional to help you just sort out and make sure that enough tax gets deducted so that you don't end up in trouble. We hope this video was enlightening to you, and please make use of our socials. Get connected with me, like and subscribe at the bottom. And if you need any more information, you're welcome to contact our offices. Until next time, bye-bye.